here. As you said, just hit the right end button when you're done.
Okay.
You have
Hey.
extra copies of the agenda
Um,
or a copy of it?
I do have it, so let me make copies.
I have one.
Did you get the timeline too? That was.
Yes, I
included?
didn't
Okay.
print it all.
Okay.
There was a timeline? Yeah, that was helpful.
It's on there.
Did you see that? No, I didn't see the timeline. It was, I think it was something that Philomena had typed up of what was done in January, what was done in February.
Oh.
What was done in March.
I didn't see that.
I should have printed it all up,
Oh, wow.
but usually we have the agenda here, so I didn't think about.
Yeah.
Oh, look who I am. I'm the city manager.
Hey.
This is just for the day.
Yeah. That's all.
Oh.
Put that like this. Official.
Hmm.
I think I probably owe you an apology for having, I assured you that being the vice chair of this thing that didn't really involve doing much of anything. I didn't plan our occasion.
No, it's been fine. It's been fine.
It's fine.
It looked like they only met like, what, 6 times last year, if that.
I don't even
5
think that
times.
many, did we?
It was not very many times that she emailed me.
No, and it's not like a regular time every
No.
month.
Yeah, it's not every month or every couple
I
of
think
weeks or anything.
we met less last year because things ran smoother.
Mhm.
You know, we were further post-COVID, there was
Yeah,
less angst over what to do if something happened. So I think
Yeah.
once we hit July, we didn't meet again until like December or January,
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
were updating the manual for this season.
Amy, you said you had one?
yes.
Thank you.
If you. Okay.
Okay, thanks for bearing with me. I'm learning everything,
Oh,
We trust you to be.
everything, even how to use the copy machine. I don't know. So it's gonna be a learning curve here a bit. Sorry about that. Okay. So I guess, Philomena, when we kind of talked about this, maybe just to introduce yourselves
Okay.
and then kind of tell me what you do
Okay.
with the farmers
Farmers market?
Yeah.
All
you
right.
do that call to order.
Yes, the meeting is called to order, 11:40.
38.
38, okay, well, you're the secretary.
I'm picky about stuff.
Okay.
I apologize.
No, that you should be. My name is Claire Landrum. I've worked on the farmer's market for, I guess, a couple of years, just volunteered at the first year information booth. And second year as chairman. And I like it. It's a lot of fun. And so I know everybody here except for you. It's nice to meet you.
And
Did you have
then,
any questions?
yeah, you also, were you organizing the nonprofit booth?
Yes,
Okay.
I brought it's not typed because I
That's
just
okay.
did it this morning. The nonprofit booth is booked for every week, except the last 2 weeks in September.
Okay.
So, yeah,
You've been busy.
I have been busy and everybody was very excited about coming
Wow.
and so, yeah, it's pretty good group.
Okay,
So, and I'll get a copy of this
Okay.
to you.
perfect. Okay. And
Hey, I'm Daryl, and you all know me because, well, except for you. I do setup, I do basically all accounting, cleaning of the parking lot, all that stuff, and help the vendors as much as I can.
And you've been involved with it for years.
Yes.
From the beginning almost.
Almost
Stays
8
all
years.
yeah, that's what Philomena sort of told me.
Other than that, he's required to be there all day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I understand you'll help me with the taping. Where the booths will go.
Mark-
Yeah, see, Mark and Bob know how that,
Yeah, and my husband helps with that.
Oh,
so-
great.
yeah.
We are missing the tape for some
Oh.
reason, so I need to figure out where that might be.
That tape.
You do, okay. Yeah, Philomena didn't have any in
Let
her.
me know when we're gonna update the replace any, I haven't been looking at this. Usually it just stays there from year to year.
Yeah, again,
There's some
last
still
year,
there.
somebody started physically taking it.
Yeah.
From market to market,
Oh,
especially on the southwest leg,
Yeah,
where the homes park.
Ah,
And I just looked, I was hoping, because what we did down there, because we marked on the curb and it lasted a little longer. But I checked today and it's all gone, just like, there's one piece of tape out here. There might be 3 pieces of tape in the whole place.
Okay, so we want to schedule a time that we're gonna go renew that.
Yeah, we need to set a time to do it. I would recommend waiting to probably the week before,
okay.
just because of like I say, if Tracy, if you hear anything in here, I heard that the police department was actually taking it off down on that southwest leg because it was confusing the motorhome people where to park or something.
Okay,
Because we had them out, and that's when we put them back. Because nobody parks behind those booths,
right.
so we could just put a mark on the curb, and that was hoping it wouldn't,
Okay,
in response to the feedback that we had. But it's all gone, so.
okay. Maybe I can ask about that, make sure that when we put it up.
I'd say we ought to try and do something, probably not much more than a week before.
That's fine.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll be doing it twice.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
You want to set the schedule on that?
Not
I'm
yet.
looking right now.
What's that?
Not yet.
Not, no, I meant just.
Okay, well, I am Amy Jones. I've been involved with the market for 8, 9 years. I think Daryl, you were here before me and then I came. I used to be involved with setup, but now I'm generally at the information booth and help close up the market.
I'm Mark. And Bob, I think, asked me many years ago
Yep.
to help with vendor setup, parking, getting the vendors in and keeping them from running over their customers who are impatient. So and then eventually I ended up on the committee. Again, I've helped set up maybe 2 or 3 times over, like not more than once a year kind of thing, again, when they were short.
Yeah,
And I've helped take down maybe a couple of times, again, as needed, and as I was available. But I try to be for most setups, and I will be missing about 3 that I know of
okay,
this year. I'll miss the second market, and I'm still trying to get the others scheduled, and maybe they will or won't.
okay. Well, my name's Tracy, and I was mostly just a customer of the farmer's market. I didn't volunteer for the farmer's market, but I definitely attended. And so my background isn't necessarily in farmer's markets, but I've been involved in event planning and several local events around here, and also a dental organization that I run. Which is why I was in India recently. And so, but I really believe in the sustainable farmers market. Really excited that we have one in our town. I've worked with Bob a long time on many
Oh,
different
yeah.
things.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know how hard you guys work. And so, yeah, I'm just open to any suggestions or anything that, because I'm coming in really blind. Philomena's last day was Thursday. So, but she's been available for me to ask questions and whatnot. She's been great. So, yeah, so there are going to be some, like I said, we'll probably have some growing pains a little bit because Philomena doing this for 8 years really, really had it down to a T, and I don't have that in my brain quite yet. So, but yeah, let's see. You have any questions for me at all?
One other thing I have to give you today are, we started last year, again, parking vehicles for volunteers and vendors is part of what happens in that setup time. And we last year got agreement from the Legion for 4 spaces behind the building. And we create parking permits so they know what's going on. And I've got the updated parking permits on this stick. Philomena printed them and
Perfect.
cut them and had them, each week, there's a sleeve in the market book that the parking permits would come down there, and we use from 2 to 4 each week of those permits. And again, for a couple of oversized vehicles, and again, down on that southwest leg, all of those vehicles, and sometimes we have 7 or 8 vendors have to be parked outside somewhere.
Yeah,
That helps.
That's mostly vendor parking. The 4.
Well, and volunteers if they need it, but if you're a member of the Legion or the auxiliary, you can park there without a permit.
Yeah,
Oh,
right,
okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I park over there.
I'm-
I
okay.
park over there myself,
Yeah.
but, yeah.
and I do know they are having a special event, our first farmer's market. They're doing the pets. It got changed to the first weekend of Tuesday because of a fundraiser. And so I just was notified that they are, because I'm involved with Tolobana Arts Colony, that they will be doing the pets during that time. So I thought maybe I would touch base with Kelly just to make sure what's going on, because it's our first farmer's market.
Right.
We're gonna be having kind of a special event. So that just came up. So I can follow up on that and see, but certainly can get those permits made. And then I think Philomena just, she wanted to send you, or you guys, we sent the timeline, kind of to help. I think you know what I'm working on. And if you had any questions on that. Right now, we've ordered, well, I have to get with Lori, but we've ordered bags and mugs. They've been ordered. The price of the caps, the hats are going up as of June 1st. So I've been working with Lori to get those ordered ahead of time. And I talked to Dorian, and he suggested, and because you guys work the booth, you can kind of give me some guidance, but he suggested doubling that hat order because we ran out last year.
We sell more hats than any.
And so I was thinking that maybe we could look at that because we could use them for future years. And because the price is going up, we might as well, is
Do you
kind of
know
my
what we're
thought.
gonna have to charge for them?
Well, I don't know what we're going to have to charge for them for the future after, but right now I noticed that all the hats except for the berry and the pink hats are $12, and the berry and the pink are 11, and the blue, they're 11, and we're charging 15. So we're not really, I mean, we're kind of just breaking even on that. So I don't know if that cost goes up, if we want to sort of talk about increasing this year, the price, because it's going to have to increase.
It's gonna have, I would still keep it under 20,
Yeah,
like 18 or something.
okay.
And I think Philomena ordered them last year, but I think she did a small order because we were trying to get rid of the ones that we'd had for 2 or 3 years.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah, because a lot of the merchandise we just, kept going over the years. The hat sold the best, but
Right.
she'd done a big order in the couple of years before.
Okay, maybe I can find that.
And I think she did just a small order last year.
And do you think that certain colors of hats sell better?
Yeah, the pink were the least,
Yeah,
The blue and
Popular.
the black, I think, were the.
but yeah,
yeah, it looks like there's a blue, black, dark green.
yeah,
They call it berry, but I assume it's red because,
yeah.
and pink.
Have
I did have a red and a pink.
kind of a washed out red, not a
Yeah.
brilliant red. Those all sold better than the pink, but
Yeah.
eventually sold. I mean,
Right. Looked like we have, when we did the inventory, we had 3 of those left and
Yeah.
5 of the pink left. And when she ordered, which this might have been a small order, she'd only ordered 9 of the pink and then 10 of everything else.
Yeah.
So that's
that was
why,
a small order.
yeah, okay.
I think just to get through.
Are they gonna look the same with the,
Mhm.
yeah? Because they're much nicer than the hats at the library, don't you think, Amy?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
these are
And
the
then one at the
embroidered.
library, they're trying to sell for 25.
Yeah,
And they're just a little, they're not a patch or like an embroidery looking thing. It's just a print on a material. So
uh-huh.
that's,
Yeah.
to me, our farmer's market are much nicer.
And I think rather than the pink, I think maybe look at like a yellow or a spring green or something. Or that funky, or even that funky orange that we have the shopping bag in.
Mm.
Something different. I mean, they would go for both. I guess what I can say is most men aren't gonna want to buy a pink hat.
Right.
Might buy an orange hat.
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
okay. Well, I definitely want to get the ones that are selling reordered. And that, again, I'm just trying to work with Lori on the budget to make sure that
Yeah,
because,
and yeah,
yeah. I did talk to Barb Knopp with the food pantry anyway, they are going to match up to $500 for SNAP is my
Oh.
understanding. So,
Okay.
which is great. And I'm still trying to, learn more about that program. We don't have the double up bucks yet. We didn't apply, but we might look into that for future. I know Seaside's doing that, but we're supposed to be getting more signs that are in Spanish so that we can replace some of the signage that we have to sort of talk about the program. I'd like to kind of wanted to work with a little bit with the food pantry to see if we could get a little more outreach, advance of the market to some of the Hispanic and
Mhm.
Latino population, so they understand really how this program works. So hoping to do that.
and. Sorry, I can't write and talk apparently. Maybe also because we always get 1 or 2 questions at the information, or I have always gotten one, other people must get them. Having some sort of information sheet at the booth so that we know how it works.
Yeah.
Because it used to be that you had to go up here to get the little wooden coins and then, so if we could just have an information sheet down there as to how people are supposed to utilize it,
Right,
that'd be good.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
definitely.
think anybody understands how it works. So any clarification would be helpful.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I think that, I talked to the Manzanita and Seaside, they said that their program has been really successful, but part of that was because they had a person who
Mhm.
really could
Mhm.
make clear how the program worked.
Right.
Mhm.
And maybe one for like people who usually work in the morning and then one
Mhm.
for this, or because we split it kind of
Right,
in the middle, maybe one for the first half and one for the second half.
right, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start working on the volunteer schedule. Philomena has left the schedules of the past, so I understand that won't really change. What people have normally do, we're gonna kind of keep that schedule for everyone.
Do you have your same volunteers returning?
Hmm?
Do you have the same volunteers
Mhm.
returning? Oh, that's good.
And we have a couple new,
I got one or two questions from people saying, is the farmer's market gonna happen? They hadn't heard, so maybe send out a general meeting, let me know if your schedule has changed type thing.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I thought I was gonna, that was kind of on my list to do, is I'm gonna contact every volunteer.
Is there anything for the good of the order?
Sorry, Amy, you're gonna like start the cub.
I guess I'd like to back up to associated with marking the lot. And, okay, Philomena was keeper of the map.
Mhm.
And I guess we need to make, before we mark, we need to make sure we're using the same,
Yep.
the same map.
Yep, so on Manage My Market, there is gonna be the ability to actually download everything and that it will generate a map. But until then, until I figured that out, it is the same map. And she's put in, she did sort of a rough draft of
Yep.
people who've signed up and where they're gonna be. And so that made me, I kind of just made my own to kind of see what spaces we had available, because we still have a few spaces that are available. The musicians are all booked. Sounds like the nonprofits are all booked. She suggested still kind of using this middle spot for the nonprofit.
Okay, yeah, that's the thing I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Is it gonna always be in the same
I think
place?
so.
Because last time it was moved around a lot.
No, I think we're just gonna keep it. She said that was a good
I think it is,
location,
yeah.
and then it's always there.
Okay,
Yeah, so
Okay,
that's what I'll have that for you, definitely.
and do you want to do that?
But if somebody's been pulling the tape up, should we talk to whoever owns that lot in effect and say, can we
City.
keep the markers that we have formerly?
well, yeah, I guess that question run through my mind. Could we use a spot of white paint?
Yeah,
But again, yeah, who is it? Public?
I can find out
Public Works or the
probably.
PD department? And
I can ask. Let me make a note. Also, I've got the handbook on my computer at home. Are there changes that need to get incorporated? And is there somebody that would like to take over?
that was done, we did that in January.
Okay, so somebody's got
Yeah,
got an editable.
Tracy should,
editable
Tracy
copy.
should.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe.
I did the editing based on the feedback.
Good.
And yeah, I mean, that's what what's on the website now should be the January 23.
I don't think it is, and I'm working on that, because I've been,
Okay.
the website
Because
needs.
you've got an editable copy. I generally, what I was sending out with and making available to go on the website was a PDF.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, good.
yeah, but I'm working on that with Rusty to try to we have some updates to the website that need to be made, so I'm gonna make sure, because
I had software, I can edit PDFs.
Oh, okay.
And so
Once I set it out, I thought, oh,
the previous, your PDF from previous is what I edited for us this year.
yeah,
And that, like I say, I can't remember when we completed it, but it was early because Philip was wanting to get
Sure.
things ready for transfer. We didn't recognize it, but
Did you have something, Amy?
I did, let me finish writing, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, the email to volunteers I talked about. Lynn St. Clair, she was involved with the Earth Day.
Uh-huh.
And she has several hundred, 200 to 300 tree starts that she would like to have people utilize. And she had talked about getting the nonprofit booth to try to do it, but she knew she couldn't get it every week and she's out of town. I don't know if she's back yet, whether she had talked to you or not. But she also brought up possibly if she could sit there at the information booth and try to give them to people also, whether that would be okay. You can think about it, let her know.
Okay. What is your feeling on it? I have not been in them.
I mean, she's just asking for money for
Yeah.
them. They were from Earth Day. I have no issue, it's not like it's super packed or busy. I have no issue with that. If she brings them and deals with them, otherwise I know I'll spill all the water all over me. But it's kind of like what everybody thinks and wants to do.
Okay.
I just know she doesn't want 200 to 300 tree starts in her, growing in her yard
Right.
or in a tub of water.
Got it. Okay.
My understanding on the nonprofit booth is it does have to be a 501.
C3,
So that.
so
would
she
be-
couldn't use it anyway, so.
Yeah, and it wouldn't really go with the people that are already there.
Yeah.
There's not a connection, so.
And we do kind of have a little bit of space maybe on the north end of the information booth that she could have a small table and card table size and set them up and give them out if people are open to that.
Okay.
Well, the north end table, I think that generally doesn't have much of anything.
Yeah, a couple times I don't think they even put a table up there, so.
Okay.
And also, I don't know whether there is actually even anything in writing about who can use the volunteer tables, the volunteer group tables, but it has been city functions like the fire and rescue, which I'm pretty sure is not a 501c3. And I think the EPREP has had it at some times in the past. And so as long as it's not something for profit, and that it's local,
Okay.
but it's been historically.
Yeah, well, we call it the community booth, so.
Yes. Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, and then it has public comment. And we don't have any public. We do have one member of the public out here. Do you have a comment, Bob?
I have done mine.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else you want? Are we ready to adjourn? Okay, meeting adjourned at 12:05. Is that right, Amy?
Well, I don't know.
I'm looking at this one.
Oh, okay, the clocks don't match, okay.
Okay, that's why we would, the time didn't match earlier.